Which style of hypnosis should you learn first? Hey, I'm Chris Thompson.
And I'm Mike Mandel.
And we're from Mike Mandel Hypnosis. That's right. All right, in this video, we're going to explain why we hold such a strong opinion about which style of hypnosis you should learn first. And what do we mean, Mike, by style of hypnosis?
Well, it's really a spectrum, Chris. At one end, you have extremely direct hypnosis. Direct at one end, and at the other end, you have very indirect and conversational hypnosis that Milton Erickson specialized in, although he had done the direct as well.
Okay, so Mike, tell me, when you say the direct style, I know obviously Dave Elman and many other hypnotists are well known for that. Let's talk about what exactly is the Elman style of hypnosis.
Direct hypnosis, as personified by Dave Elman, George Estabrooks, Gil Boyne, Charles Tabbets, and others, is very much directing the person, as it sounds like, what to do, where to focus. It's much more authoritarian and it's much more paternal, where the hypnotist is running the entire show.
Okay, so most people are familiar with this direct style that they see on movies, like here, stare at this swinging watch, or the spiral, or whatever it is.
Sleepy, yeah.
And you used to start out by teaching that style first, right?
Right. Okay. I used to teach that first because it is simple and quite easy to learn in the classroom setting, and it will give really early success, so people are getting a good result with their hypnotic work right away.
That makes sense, because all of the instant inductions, let's say sleep now, hand drop, whatever it is, stare at this watch, like a braid induction,
very direct,
authoritative, Elman induction, you're going to get some really great results with not a ton of time invested in learning. You're just following almost a bit of a paint-by-numbers approach.
Right, but the problem is, people who learn the direct style first, I found that they didn't bother with the more complex conversational style because they were getting great results, and they never progressed beyond this. So they don't know what they don't know.
Okay, so at some point you made the decision many, many years ago when you were teaching hypnosis to teach the Ericksonian style up front. So maybe let's elaborate, what is that Ericksonian style? Why are you teaching that up front now?
Well, first of all, let's say that Milton Erickson was very direct in his early days, but he said he was too direct. And after as many decades of doing hypnosis, he moved into this much more maternal, gentle approach where he'd offer possibilities. He specialized in building rapport with the client, offering back their language. He'd pacing and leading them, and he did embedded commands. He told stories and metaphors. But this is subtle and it's complex. And when we learn this up front, as we like to teach it now, we give people a really solid foundation. And it's a little more work to learn up front, but by doing this, it gives people a much more full box of tools.
It's interesting, actually, if you think about the NLP angle here, too, because when Bandler and Grinder were modeling the three therapists, one of which was Milton H. Erickson, they didn't model any of the direct style of stuff. Maybe he had stopped doing it by then, or they just didn't get exposure to it. But all of the Erickson modeling was around indirect hypnosis, conversational pacing and leading.
Yes, and that's what he'd moved to at that point. And even though it's harder to learn, it's not hard to learn, it's just a little more effort, but it is worth the effort. And then you can add direct hypnosis, which is easy to add on top of this.
All right, so you get your foundations of hypnosis from a conversational standpoint, the pacing, the leading, the rapport, the embedded commands, utilization, incorporation, all the wonderful stuff. Then you learn the direct stuff on top, like the toppings on your pizza kind of thing. Okay.
And then you get the ultimate flexibility, because it's not two sides of a coin, it's two ends of a spectrum. So you can move back and forth along this spectrum, and conversational can be really, really useful in therapy, but you can use it leading into a hypnosis show as well. Both of these sides or ends of the spectrum are very useful.
So you'll be able to do therapy, conversational work with just everyday people in your lives, helping them solve their problems. Or, of course, you could do entertainment hypnosis if you know the full spectrum.
Got it all covered with the full spectrum,
so
that's right.
Then that's now how we run our live trainings, the architecture of hypnosis that we teach in Toronto, and it's how we designed the Mike Mandel Hypnosis Academy, which is our flagship online training and certification program. And that's how we take total beginners and turn them into rockstar confident hypnotists. So what I'll encourage you to do at this point, so I'm Chris Thompson.
I'm Mike Mandel.
Mike Mandel. We run Mike Mandel Hypnosis. Click the subscribe button on this video on YouTube, and then go ahead and check out the description underneath this. You'll see you can join the Mike Mandel Hypnosis Academy. You can learn the Ericksonian style, the direct style, everything. Be anywhere on that spectrum where it's appropriate. You'll become a hypnotic rock star too. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks again, and good night.